This is my way of starting the stream. This is how it works.
You are live on Channel 4, please do not swear.
Alright, I also want to test the audio to make sure it's working, and make sure everyone can hear everybody. Because we're not going to be pulling weeds this entire stream, because that would make no sense.
We're not? Oh.
Nah, we're not sticking with Grublax the Thunderfist. But he likes his name. He likes his name, though, everyone.
I think we can count that as a win.
Alright, well, I didn't get to go to Summer Sonic, but I did find some people who did. Oh, he's hungry again. Alright, let's feed this punk. Alright, so this is the live stream of talking about Summer Sonic 2016, the One More Run edition. We've got a good chunk of people here who did go to Summer Sonic, as I said. I don't know how we're going to go around the table here. I guess we'd start with the retro people. I know these guys. I know...
Who are you again?
Oh, I'm Bartman3010. I'm going to be pulling weeds and giving this child his trumpet. So, with me over here is Cinossu, and also
Hello.
And also Overlord.
How you do?
With mods Orengefox and Jen.
Hello there.
Hi.
And we also got some more people here. We got Becky.
Hello.
Maria's JennyTablina. And also got Neowl.
Hi there.
And formerly of SEGAbits and host of This is Saturn, TrackerTD.
Hello there.
And we are not going to be sticking with Grublax the Thunderfist anymore. We're going to be just having some Sonic Game Boy games running in the background, or at least me playing, so that I can actually have something going on visually while something happens.
Yay!
Yay!
But yeah, we're you guys went to Summer Sonic. Like, how did you guys enjoy the trip?
Oh, it was great, absolutely fantastic.
Well,
It was nice to.
It was awesome, yeah.
It was nice to actually have a Summer of Sonic again.
Yeah, like there wasn't one last year. Is that correct?
Or the year before, it's been 3 years.
No.
And so they had to have it when, I thought it was kind of crazy that they were able to get a Kickstarter up and running just to get that event going, and
Well, the thing is, we have been banging on for years to spend that people would pay to do this.
Yeah.
We have, to be fair.
Because every time with Summer of Sonic, the moment tickets go up, they always go ever so quickly. They literally go probably within about an hour.
No.
Wasn't the record 13
Seconds.
seconds last time,
wow.
I think.
Yeah, if I remember, not the last time, but the time before that, tickets went in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, it was painful.
But how long it actually took for them to fund all this in how short amount of time?
Well,
Yep.
I mean, I had a look at the Kickstarter numbers again not so long ago. I think they got about half the amount in 5 hours. And considering it's essentially gone from a free event to a paid one, that's pretty good going. And they made well over bonus. Oh, sorry, well over the target.
They had VIP ones, which were like 120 or something. And those still went in like 3 seconds, like a minute, I think it was. Yeah, a minute for the VIP thing. So, I mean, even shifting it to a paid format, they were still going pretty fast. So,
Yeah. Were you one of the people with a VIP ticket?
I was not, because I have no money. But,
Did anybody here go for the VIP ticket?
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
No, we just got the standard ones here.
Yep.
Shut the stream
T-shirt
down.
We are very important people, sorry guys.
Apparently VIPs got in about 15 minutes before everyone else. And
Did they though?
I don't remember.
There was a separate queue, but the thing is, how much of an advantage would that have been? More so because, well, when we first got in, just as a random example, the Mania booth was still turned off.
Ready.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, because we were actually quite near the front of the queue when we got in.
Yeah,
The
because I was there an
Mania-
hour before, and
I
then
was there.
about 8 people bloody queue jumped because of me.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry for turning up 10 minutes before we were meant to go in.
No. Apparently, you did get a meet up with Azuka and Naka, I think, before anyone else. But
Okay.
I can't remember if that was at the start of the day or whether they did that later on. Because they did later on say to VIPs, "I'll go to a separate area."
Well,
Oh, yeah,
Knuckles
yeah,
stage, maybe.
Knuckles stage.
Well, there was a tweet from Naka showing them that they were there prior to this opening the show.
Yeah, because I actually saw them walking, and I think before the most of the rest of you arrived, it's just Naka and Izuka casually walking past with Naka with a bloody Ferrari branded bag.
Nice.
Typical.
I gotta say, I'm kind of envious about the fact. Well, I'm envious for a couple things. For one being that you guys you guys have it easier than us Americans when it comes to having a meetup of everyone, at least Sonic fans, to get together to do something.
That's true.
And we didn't get Naka to come at the Sonic 25th party, so I got to see him at South by Southwest though, but that's hardly something that you could just get all these Sonic fans to come to Austin, Texas, just to go see your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog guys for like 1 hour, and that's it.
Well, I think one of the things as well is Naka kind of knows what to expect with Summer of Sonic because he has been before.
Right.
Yes, that's true. Was it
Yeah.
2011?
Yeah, I think
it
it
was.
was.
2011.
2011 was traumatizing because it was like I got to the front of the Naka signing queue, cut it off right there. Just
Oh, no,
traumatizing. But then
And
they
that-
just let me back in anyway for some reason. So I got it in the end, so all was good.
Oh, good.
Was it you who got cut off then? Because I was in the queue with Nick for that. Wasn't the 2011 one with Oshima as well? Can't remember.
No,
Ashima
No, I
was
don't
No,
think
okay.
it was.
Okay, I
Ashima
can't
was
remember which.
2013.
Oh, okay,
2013,
because
yeah.
there was one that we
Ashima's
went
never
to
been,
for
has
a
it?
signing. There was one that we went to for a signing, and it literally cut off just behind me. So
Oh.
Can't think of
I was like,
anybody that could have happened to this year, Jen.
yeah, the signing queues were quite long this year, and
Very
a lot of
long
people
this
did
year.
get cut off, which was a shame.
Oh man. But
I didn't bother with the signing queues this year because I've already got once you've got Naka's signature, even if it's on Sonic Adventure 2, it's like I didn't feel the need. I was here to socialise with people this year. That was
Oh
my
yeah,
focus.
exactly.
I just wanted him
Nah,
to
I-
sign my copy of Rodea the Sky Soldier.
As I was going down,
I did
As I was-
see
sorry.
somebody got one.
Oh, good. That makes me
The
happy.
Wii version, of course.
Exactly. That's the one you need. You can just
Yeah,
throw the other one out.
don't give him the Wii U version because that would probably
He'd probably
Course.
spit on it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can just snap the disc
heartache,
right in front of
pain.
him.
as I was go-
Zuka and Naka signed my Japanese Sonic 3, which is quite cool.
Oh.
as I was going down, I realised I had to rise again in case I got Crush 40 to sign it, and I was thinking I should have brought they did a Hatsune Miku CD which had a cover of Crush 40. They had a cover of
Oh,
Live and
yeah.
Learn by Miku on it, and I was like, I should have got that signed. I should have brought that album to get signed.
That would have been
because I have it
brilliant.
physically, and it's
Oh,
like,
man.
yeah, but yeah, I got a selfie with Johnson anyway, so I can't complain.
I would say that
yeah.
the prize for the most ballsy signing probably goes to Orange, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Tell
What
the
did you
boys and
get?
girls what you got signed.
I told Naka, or I got Naka to sign the Sonic Adventure auto demo.
Oh, wow.
That was kind of interesting. It was
That's
kind of
cool.
interesting because when he was signing it, he looked a bit like he sort of either knew what it was or he was rather perplexed about how it looked because he poked at Azuka and pointed at him about it in Japanese. And Azuka looked at it. Obviously, he seen that he had signed it about 3 years ago because and then he just kind of shrugged and went, like he wasn't bothered.
Some people get prize copies of their games, go in, just mass release run. Retro gets prototypes signed.
And I
I
almost
think-
got Hatsune Miku signed, and now I'll regret that for the rest of my life.
I think my favorite signing by Naka, and I think it was Oshima at the time. I remember if he was at the 2012 one. Can't even remember now. Was getting the Mint Sonic 1 Japanese signed by him.
I took Sonic 1 Japanese this year to get signed, but I just didn't in the end. Lines were too long.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Speaking of long lines, Sonic Mania.
Yeah, Sonic Mania.
Ouch.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
finally got a chance to play that game.
Oh yes, finally.
Yes, we did.
It was glorious. It was
It was so good.
It's so
Oh,
good.
it was so
It's
good.
So good.
Absolute bliss.
So what I want to know is, because we've had first dibs on it, of course, but apparently they've actually made changes to the game, or at least maybe some very minor ones for the time of Summer Sonic.
Oh, really?
Well,
That is
we
the
didn't.
first I've heard of that.
Well, they were mostly. I just heard that they were
Uh-huh.
showing off CRT filters. Is that correct?
Oh, that no.
Oh, that wasn't in the
This is
demo.
an announcement. It
That
wasn't
was
in the
just a
game.
thing.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, they showed it on the
I
stage.
lied. Maybe they just showed like
It was the slide.
maybe there was just maybe some slight bug fixes or something like that. I was talking with you, Cinossu,
Yes.
about when it came to good job, Bart. No, it's like you. I was trying to figure out because I wasn't sure if they've really made any like clear paths for when you played as Tails or Knuckles. Like if there were any like significant areas that you couldn't get to as Sonic. Like I.
Oh yeah. I took a good look around Studiopolis because although a lot of people I could see were speeding through, I actually decided to actually poke around the level quite a bit and see what I could actually find. And no, there's definitely multiple routes there, and there were definitely routes that Sonic could not go because he just could not reach. So there's definitely some Tails and Knuckles routes, at least beginning, or at least hints of there will be. And as well as multiple routes, I mean, it took me a while, but I did actually manage to find where the special stage ring actually is in that in the Studiopolis area.
Oh, I found that.
And it did take a while to get there because you have to go, instead of going like from one of the top routes, you have to go down quite far and go through some of the buildings. And you could see there was like, at one point, there was like 3 different ways that you could go. So it's
Can I
definitely
ask-
one of those levels like that.
Can I ask at this point, did anybody actually play the Green Hill Zone in the demo, or did everybody play Studiopolis?
I did.
I played Studiopolis.
Studiopolis here.
Yeah,
that-
I
that
think
was-
everyone just plays Studiopolis.
I was
Yeah, that was-
Studiopolis as well, yeah.
That was why I was kind of, like I said last time, that I thought it was not that, like that's kind of worrying that, part of the game of Sonic Mania is that you are revisiting these old levels, and I think it's just because Green Hill, like there wasn't really much different to it other than we just, duct taped acts 1 and 2 together into one level, and there are significant level differences, but not, I would say, not quite as significant or noteworthy enough. But
it's a case of for like when you've got a limited amount of time, as we did on the day, and you're given a choice between something that's entirely 100% new and something that's maybe 30% new. It's not hugely rocket science as to which you're going to go for, really. I mean, I know Stealth actually did tweet on the day, don't forget we do have more than one zone playable.
Somehow I managed to actually play both. They'd actually let me do both of them.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, that was one of the ones I managed to play the Green Hill. My impression, it does start off very like you're kind of shaking hands with an old friend, and then once you get near to the end of what seems like the first act, it all just changes. You're kind of going in different routes. There's routes that seem to be very familiar, like it feels very Act 2 and Act 3 like, and then the paths sort of just become their own thing, and it's like as if it's like a whole different experience. I mean, when you get to the end of it, of course, there is like the mini boss, which was very interesting to play because it threw me off at first. I didn't really know exactly how to sort of battle it, and then that was it in the end, and then beat it.
The way it seems to me is they've probably chosen Green Hill because it's one that everyone knows. So it's kind of like something to remind you about what's actually going on, so you can actually see what sort of things are going to start happening, perhaps.
It's probably also a good way of just showing off how close the physics are to the originals, because I imagine that is the thing everyone's worried about, is does it play like a classic Sonic game after, Sonic 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the music.
Oh my god, the music's beautiful.
Music's so good.
Yes, it is.
T. Lopes has done a wonderful job.
I'm reassured about the sort of the old zones because I was on NeoGaf. Christian Whitehead, he went on to NeoGaf. He said that Green Hill is one of the it's the most tame returning zone by far. So I'm optimistic to see what they do with the other ones and see how that I think they're going to probably end up being more different compared to Green Hill. But
I'm curious to see which ones they're going to choose.
Yes, that's
because wasn't it stated somewhere as well that they were going to the old zones that are being revisited? It's as if you were going back to them years later, so that's why they're not quite the same. So theoretically, you could have anything. So there'll be quite different.
They'll probably explain it in the story because they've said it is going
to. It kind of makes sense to go back to other levels because they haven't moved that far out, so if you want to go back to Ice Cap Zone, imagine it's prime time to go back to Ice Cap Zone. Not that I'm making any fake hints there.
Is Ice Cap a level that you would like to see in there by any chance?
Maybe.
See, part of me wants Stardust Speedway, but the other part of me knows that Studiopolis kind of fills that quota already, so it's Quartz Quadrant is my other pick, because the music, oh man, the music.
You don't want Wacky Workbench in there?
No, so somehow no, I
don't.
Maybe another lab
bouncing?
Hi, Mai, we've got someone in the chat. Someone in the YouTube chat.
No.
Oh my god.
Senpai has noticed us.
Oh my god.
Guys, play it cool.
But yeah, going back to the music, I got to hear all the whole of Green Hill, which was really nice. It's definitely not just Green Hill, the original Green Hill. It actually has more of a beat to it, which was really good.
Oh, that's good. The one thing I really like about Green Hill is that they've taken the bad background, the little background glitch, and made it into a waterfall. It's a tiny little addition, but it makes it perfect.
Yeah, it's like the attention, it's just insane. And I noticed in the second bit where it's all more original, there's a rock, and you can push it out of the way, similar to the spikes in Flying Batterer, and it'll put you into the special stage ring area. So
that's where it is. Okay,
yeah,
I was wondering.
It's a crazy little detail, and
that's brilliant.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the one that was kind of like the flying battery thing.
Yeah, and it's a tiny detail, but it's so crazy. It's
it's stuff like that makes me wonder if they're actually trying to provide hints for other levels that might be in the game at some point by just using different gimmicks. Now they're probably not going to do something like Emerald Hill is going to be there because we got corkscrews all over the place and stuff like that, which is kind of like how what they fitted Green Hill with is a lot of the green level first and second.
The tropical
stuff.
Forest cliche.
Yeah, exactly.
Did any of you guys also notice some of the art in Studio Upper List, like the big flashing sign with Eggman on it?
Oh yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah. You've also got the train that runs in the background with the Cope and CPU from Springyard as graffiti on the train.
There is
the Daytona Hornet. The Daytona Hornet made my life.
There's so many references.
There are so many references to beta stuff in that as well. I mean, the balls that you bounce on off the spinning star balls that you can bounce off of are beta elements from Chaotix. You've also got the marble. The Marble Zone UFOs are now lights.
Oh yeah,
as well.
That was awesome.
It's brilliant. It's all these little references are wonderful.
Isn't also the top speed running animation basically based off Sonic 2 Beta's running animation?
Yeah,
Sonic does the little beta hop from Sonic 1 at the end of the
yeah. And also the edge animations are wonderful as well, fully animated. I think
his looking up sprite.
I think there's actually 4 speeds of actual movement there. There's a walk, there's a slightly faster walk, there's the normal run, and then there's an extended run.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful to see.
It's kind of like a mix of the Sonic Advance sprite and the Sonic 2 Beta sprite.
In a way,
yeah.
It's kind of funny that for a game like that, at least a 2D game, kind of like how this Sonic Advance game is probably the one thing that's it's highly animated, but it's obviously modern Sonic as we know him now. But to see like classic Sonic still retain pretty much most of his look, and it just still looks like just a highly detailed Sega Genesis sprite on better hardware.
Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn.
Yeah, it basically is. Like it basically is a Sega Saturn Sonic game.
Weber said over on not Weber, Whitehead. He said over on NeoGaf that it was a Saturn-esque. It's intended as a Saturn-esque Sonic game. So that explains everything.
It certainly feels it so far.
Basically, it comes from the alternate future where Sega actually went with a 2D system instead of getting deciding to change Saturn to a 3D system.
Well, I mean, it still is a 2D powerhouse, but the focus
it's where sprites won out against 3D models.
Exactly.
I love the Saturn, so I'm in heaven with Sonic Mania. I've got I've already got a USB Saturn controller. It's getting played with that.
That's why we brought you on the panel.
Hell yeah!
So someone's going to actually port this to the Saturn, are they? Please, yes, please.
They better had though.
Yeah. Well, I will say, since Sonic Senpai is here, my suggestion is to release a physical copy of Sonic Mania in the Sega Saturn box.
I already photoshopped that, and if anyone if Sega feel like using that artwork, then just go ahead.
Well, it is their artwork. You did use their artwork.
True.
Now, did anyone notice?
I went high and low for that Tails artwork. that was from Tails Adventure.
Well, there is limited run games.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The jingles
what I'd like to see, and I know it's probably a very big long shot, but I would love to see when this comes out for the special edition to actually have the remakes of 1 and 2 included as well on a system that isn't just mobile.
How about a special edition remake of 3 that you can only get sort of?
Well, yeah, that'd be wonderful. But that's kind of a pipe dream.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
I don't think that Sonic 1, Sonic 1 and 2 being included on there isn't unprecedented, because you've got something like Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. It had a full remake of Rondo of Blood, it had the original Rondo of Blood, and it had Symphony of the Night, all included on one game. So yeah, something like that'd be awesome.
Senpai says no.
Ruined.
Can't. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one downside about YouTube Live is there's no Kappa remote. What's going on?
Yeah, no Kappa remote. I just stream on YouTube because I've had an easier time with it than Twitch.
Sonic Mania Big the Cat Edition sounds like the greatest game of all time.
Alright, I'm down.
Speaking of Big the Cat, do you want to talk about the big cheer at the intro?
That was amazing. Really, really amazing.
Oh, God, yes.
It's just this surreal experience having like a room of basically 1,000 people cheering for something that you've done. It's just...
It's incredibly motivating. Incredibly motivating. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And it was a shock. It was kind of a shock as well, because we were like, that happened, and I was like, oh, I had to double take. Oh my God, people are cheering.
Yeah, there were some...
And it was a really
always
big
cheer for Big the Cat.
I was hoping people would cheer for the guy that got pissed on or whatever. Like, that was...
What was it? It's like thirsty for Sonic news, and then just this being splattered with water.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less interesting.
Well, that was what it was meant to be, not necessarily what it actually looked like.
Oh. Well, like, what all so, like, what were all the standouts, along with Big the Cat there? Because, like, I saw the recording of it. I got to see, like, Skylar with the lovely Viziers.
Yep, that was the funny thing. Skylar came on, and a couple of us in our little group cheered.
Yeah,
and then
we did.
And then the one straight afterwards got quite a good number of cheers as well. And we were like, oh, okay.
Everyone had their niche filled.
Yep.
SEGAbits was on there. They were 44. Sonic Paradox, I think, probably got the biggest cheer. They were number 7.
Yeah.
I noticed that number 9 was last minute continue,
yes.
And there was like, and it was the Jocelyn Conspirator.
Yeah,
So,
I did specifically go back and look at that on YouTube, because if you pause the video, it goes through the whole thing. One of the points that's on there is people who pause a YouTube video and read this for looking for secret hints or something like that.
Right.
I am apparently now a Trojan horse for Sega 3D Classics collection in Europe. So, and then a few days later.
Oh yeah, I never properly got the chance to thank you for that, by the way.
No worries.
Recently announced Sega 3D Classics collection. I'd like to think we had a tiny hand in that.
Right.
Maybe not, but
I'd like to think we definitely did, because otherwise all my complaining at Sega Europe just looks stupid. So, yeah.
Quite honestly, it's almost definitely.
Well, like, one thing I am kind of envious of, because, again, you know, since the only thing we really have in America is not Summer Sonic. We have the Sonic 25 Party, or Sonic Boom, as it was once called. But the thing is, you don't really get to see a whole lot that highlights the community, and obviously, for something that is run by Sega, that's a little hard to kind of pull off. But that's one thing that I think is really cool, that you get to see all these people that, you know, that are within the community that you know, or people that entertain you or that you like, get a chance to shine along with their favorite blue blur.
Yeah, there was stuff like the Vector shorts that were shown at Summer of Sonic. Yeah, and those were really funny. So,
yeah.
All the animations were quite good this year. Like Vardapega has a lot to answer for regarding.
Yes, he does.
The Sonic
Varda, you're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
What happened?
Vardapega was the guy who coded the Sonic the Very Useful Engine ROM hack.
And has now forever associated Sonic with Thomas the Tank Engine. Good job.
Perfect.
But no, we are walking around with someone who does a good number of YouTube videos to do with like Sonic ROM hacking, Mega G-Wolf. And the number of people that were actually coming up to him and saying hello and saying, I watch your videos and everything like that, he was actually quite shocked with the number of people that actually did approach him.
Was it well over a dozen, something like that?
Yeah, it was definitely over a dozen.
I did see Mega G-Wolf at the end, but it was like, I didn't go up to him, because I know deep down if I did, I would just tell him, stop calling it a Genesis, it's a Mega Drive.
You should have joined us.
Well,
alas, I was blissfully unaware.
So shall we go over some of the other bits and pieces that happened then?
Oh, definitely.
So while we were in the queue for the for Mania, which incidentally we went to pretty much as soon as we got into the hall because lol retro, Mike Pollock was doing a Q&A. He'd his first official appearance at Summer of Sonic, though not his first actual appearance.
Nope.
Do you want to take the lead on that one?
Who me?
Yeah.
Well, he actually first appeared at a official party in 2011. It literally showed up. We had no idea he was going to show up at the 2011 Summer of Sonic. No, he showed up at the Jetlag party the night before. Just literally showed up, said hi, kind of hung about, chatted with some fans. And I think he did sign some stuff. And the next day at the 2011 Summer of Sonic, he was kind of roaming around. But he did say that apparently that year it was due to issues with 4Kids.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
That apparently miscommunication.
So he was able to be there, just not in an official capacity.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to actually be a guest. He just sort of decided to attend Summer of Sonic.
I mean, that's pretty much how you do it. I imagine that's like what John Carmack does for QuakeCon. He just shows up and just takes up space in a hallway and just talks to the store for like 6 hours.
The thing with I think it was with Pollock in 2011 was he actually got they actually shut him out of the I think it was the sign-in line or something. I can't remember the exact story. I think it was on Sonic. It was written down on Sonic Stadium. I think they mentioned it at the Q&A panel. But there was like something where he got shut out of the signing queue because I don't know, they didn't realise something, but it was something like that, and because they just thought it was a random attendee. But yeah, something like that.
Oh god. I guess that's it. That's all we got for sign it. No. Well, there's well, like I'm trying to remember if it was like before, like during when we were setting up, like who got to sign. Well, no, we did get to mention some of that.
Oh,
stuff.
for the signings queue, yeah. Like I said, there was Mike Pollock did a signing after his Q&A, and I was in the queue with Jen and Orange. And Jen and Orange got past the cut-off point, and I didn't. So I was the first one who didn't. It's like, no. Although at the same time,
he just missed his chance.
At the same time, I had actually forgotten to bring with me the primary thing I wanted to sign. I'd actually spent £5 on a cheap Eggman Sonic Boom figure just as a thing to do. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. Move to the queue for the next thing.
Didn't that turn out to be most of your day, though, was queuing and then not actually getting them, unfortunately?
Yeah, well, I got the third one, like I say, because I missed out on the Crush 40 queue as well, because they basically came and told us, yeah, the line's long enough that you're not going to reach.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we bailed at that point and went to the Naka and Ayazuka queue, and that one I did get, so... And I also got, I did, on a separate thing, I got a signed print by Duncan Guttridge, who did the a bunch of Sega Europe artwork between 92 and 94, like, probably he's most well known for the European Sonic 2 box art.
I swear Gutteridge is just everywhere these days. He's been to like every single convention I've been to recently.
Yeah, supposedly he's going to there's a convention up in Manchester in October, and apparently he's going to that. So.
Yeah, he was at West Supersonic. Then I went to Play Expo in Blackpool, and he was there. Then I went to Summer Sonic, and he was there. So like now I've got a giant A3 print of Knuckles from Sonic 3 behind me. I've got like all these other posters. It's like
I'm so jealous of people who managed to get the one that he did of the 25th, based in the style of the Sonic 2 one, because I really wanted that, but by the time I got there, they were all sold out. Super annoyed.
Yeah, the A4 print that I wanted, the lady in front of me got the last copy, so it's I have to fall back on this other one, but it was still good.
I'll try and find a copy of it at some point, but I think it's really good, actually. I don't know, there's just something about it that just screams nostalgia, and it's brilliant.
Mm.
And why not? I'll shove the link in the YouTube chat. Does links work in YouTube chats? I forget.
Give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I think I have
to
change it to allow it or disallow it.
Let's see. Oh, message not sent. Sorry. Remove any web addresses and try again. Hold on. Let's see if it works without the HTTP rubbish. Let's see if that makes it work.
And if it doesn't work, just give it to me and see what happens.
There it is. It worked.
Hey.
And also, as a helpful suggestion from Tim, I should probably note I'm not playing Rayman 2: The Great Escape.
Oh, is that what it says you're playing?
Are you not?
No, we're playing this game.
Well, I mean, Rayman's been ported to enough things. You could probably get away with saying this is Rayman 2 by now.
Yeah, but like all the Rayman 2 ports are like hot garbage. Like playing the 3DS version is awful.
I can't wait for the NX port.
Oh baby.
Oh.
Did you know that they ported Rayman 1 to mobile phones this year?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And apparently it has no controller support.
Wow.
Wow, that game on touch controls.
Oh,
that
baby.
doesn't sound painful at all.
I mean, that's the thing that is kind of nice when you think of like Stealth and Taxman doing these, you know, vintage ports of like Sonic 1 and 2, is that no one's going to do it any better. Your Mega Man collections are going to be just NES ROMs forever and ever.
Wah, wah,
Just rub it in.
So then later on in the day, obviously while this is going on, they did a Q&A with it was billed as the Sonic Team Q&A. It was Ayazuka and Naka answering some questions on stage.
What kind of crazy questions do they get this time?
I can't remember specifics, if I'm brutally honest, but there was one thing where somebody asked about whether Naka thought he would ever work on a game again, and he did say that he'd been that he apparently he hangs out with Iizuka and was it Ashina?
Yeah, it was. I see it on Facebook all the time. Them going out for drinks and stuff. It's adorable. It's just all of them drinking buddies, and it's like, oh.
And they said, Naka said he maybe someday was, I believe, the exact phrase he used for whether or not they'd work on a Sonic game again.
I think he said that he did once pitch a Sonic and Mario action game, and he said, I think he said he might give it to Iizuka to see if they'd pitch it again. So,
see, I thought that he said that in the 2011 Q&A, because I seem to remember there was some talk about Smash at the time, and I remember him mentioning that it was because he originally went to Nintendo to pitch a Sonic and Mario sort of game, and then it turned into Smash and the Olympic Games.
In that case, they just repeated the answer. I mean, Sonic fans aren't original.
Yeah, I think he did actually say that, because I do remember that, but I think if I remember correctly, the reason why they didn't do it, or at least why he said they didn't go any further with it, was because both Mario and Sonic have such completely different play styles that they just could not think of a way for it to work.
Didn't Miyamoto essentially say no?
Was it Miyamoto that said that one?
It might have been.
It wasn't surprise, man.
I mean,
it was to do with play styles, that I do know, because they are so completely different.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you may as well just come up with something that would be a gameplay style that would give them common ground, which is kind of like what the Olympic Games are, even if quote-unquote nobody plays them, but I don't know. Like, I don't think
they're not realistic. Sonic doesn't win every single race. It's not realistic.
Yeah, Knuckles wins all the time. What the hell?
I don't think the Olympic Games are that bad, honestly.
Bowser and Robotnik take part in dance contests.
You got to play the arcade version of Rio.
Those are amazing.
Really fun.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really good touches with the Olympic Games, but obviously it's not going to be something that directly ties the gameplay styles of both characters together.
Yeah.
I mean, at most you probably get to see like Sonic and Mario Kart, or Mario in the next All-Stars racing game, or something like that. But probably
that would be quite cool, actually. That'd be quite cool, actually. Either adding Mario into a new Sonic All-Stars Racing, or adding Sonic as DLC for Mario Kart 8.
Or we could have Sonic Chronicles 2 with a crossover with Mario.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen while Ken Penders is still alive.
I mean,
I can't wait to see Ken Penders' take on Mario. That must be nightmare fuel. I will say that Mario and Sonic, the 3DS version of Rio, is instantly the best Mario and Sonic game, because the rhythm gymnastics minigame is literally just running on the engine that they use for Hatsune Miku Project Mirai. So, funny. Crossover of the century. Hatsune Miku, Sonic, and Mario. Sorted.
Well, Orange and I actually came across, when we were on holiday, an actual arcade cabinet for the Rio, Mario and Sonic, which was really good.
Yeah, really fun.
We've got one of the cabinets in Southend, actually.
That's awesome.
How does that
I know.
work?
Huh?
How does that work in specific? Like, you pay a credit and get one specific event?
You pay money, and then I think you get a bunch of events, and you get scored at the end.
We had 2 cabinets where you could play up to 2.
Yeah. There was 2 cabinets at the South End one, so you could play against each other. And I think you did get scored on like various events.
I think it was 3 events, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I know they did something similar at Joypulse, because they did Sonic Athletics, where it was like literally a treadmill hooked up to an arcade machine. And then they expanded it out into...
yeah.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff like that.
Trocadero at one point.
Did they?
Might have.
But I think it was like in the very last, the last year of the Trocadero. I remember seeing something about that being there.
Yeah, might have been. I mean, Trocadero had tons of cool stuff, so I mean, probably. I know that Joypulse have got really weird stuff though, like Sonic brain training. So it's like, the sky's the limit.
I mean, there have been some weird and wacky stuff. I mean, like, they had an arcade cabinet, for random example, at the event at Summer of Sonic this year for, was it Sonic Runners?
No, it was Sonic Jump.
Sonic Jump, sorry, yes.
No, it was Sonic Dash.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Sonic Dash? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it was Sonic Dash. Sonic Jump was the weird event thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody jump at the same time.
But say that's probably the only time you'll ever see about 1,000 people in a room trying to simultaneously jump
and not do it simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair, there was a lot of jumping during Club Sonic and the Crash 40 concert.
True, but that was more in time to music, not hey everyone, let's try and jump at the same time, and then no one jumps at the same time.
I mean, you gotta have some rhythm to be able to jump together.
Also, basically, all those people jumping in a concentrated space, aka, what was the point in paying for the air conditioning?
Oh, yes. It was there, but...
Well, no, you say that. The aircon...
Yeah,
we all know... We all know Summer of Sonic historically has had terrible problems with air conditioning. It wasn't that bad this year.
It was actually quite impressive.
Yeah, it was like, I'm being sarcastic, but it was like, it was actually good this year. So, props to them for that.
I think the venue...
In general, the venue was great.
Oh, yeah.
We had aircon, they didn't...
part of the venue was the pub upstairs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, pub upstairs. And we had a bar by the event as well, where you could get drinks.
Could you get alcoholic drinks from that bar, though?
I think you could only get soft drinks, but I mean, that's still a step up from having to leave to get drinks.
True. Very true.
I mean,
and if you did, there was also a corner shop literally 2 minutes down the road, so it was all pretty good anyway.
They did a really good job of trying to sort out the delays. I mean, there was a bit hiccups here and there from time to time, but they did a really good job of that.
Like it started a little bit late, and at the very beginning there were a few little hiccups to do with time, but they actually managed to catch up.
Oh, it wouldn't be Summer of Sonic if they started on time.
True, but it's rare for the Summer of Sonic to actually catch up with itself again.
That's true.
Jay says that apparently they did have aircon at 2011, 2012, and 2013, but we didn't have aircon in 2011 because of Julian K. I do actually remember that there were a lot of antics regarding Julian K.
Well, wasn't 2011 the year when Johnny G. personally said he'd pay for the air conditioning next year?
That was part of his Kickstarter.
No, that was 2010. That was 2010. When Crash 40 first turned up. That was the year with Sonic 4.
I skipped that year actually, and I was really I was younger then, so I was like really upset about not being able to go and play and try out Sonic 4. And if only I had known.
They did have Sonic Colors there though. That was a good game. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good game. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Now that was something that actually returned as well. Was the Twitter feed? The Twitter feed. You put Summer of Sonic as a hashtag in your tweets, and it appeared on screen, which is hilariously exploitable. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, you tried to get us to talk about the Baziers, weren't you?
Yes.
You didn't join in.
No. I put a tweet with just "ye" in it, and none of you replied because all of you were playing PSO.
Or in America sleeping.
Or in America tweeted me because of a CRT filter for Mania, which I mean, okay, that was like my most retweeted tweet of the day. Look, guys, here's a crappy photo of the CRT filter where you can't even see the CRT lines.
Yeah.
Oh, just.
I actually missed that bit because I think I exited out because I was queuing for Mike, and then the queue closed, so I went out for food.
Yeah, I think when the CRT filter came on, I think we were all upstairs in the pub having lunch.
Oh yeah, was that when we were having the thing with the real Sonic fan TM?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was fun. But it's always something that's going to happen, you know.
The truest Sonic fan.
Oh yes. As always in an event like this, you're always going to get the cream of the crop.
Well, to be fair, it's just people with high passions about what they're into.
I wasn't being insulting when I said that. Not in any way, shape, or form. No. No, I wasn't actually being exotic.
A lot of my day was spent with people saying, "Why did you make Sonic Symphony Drive?" And well, yeah, that was fun.
I would say, why didn't you?
It was like I was like one of the ideas. I had two ideas because I wanted to kind of come as cosplay. I wanted to do, like I ran out of money in the end, but I wanted to do a cosplay for Summer of Sonic. I was either going to go as Space Harrier because Space Harrier is the best game ever, or it was going to be a giant Sonic Symphony Drive arcade cabinet, just a giant cardboard cabinet.
That would have been brilliant.
That would have, yeah, maybe next year if there is one. But you know.
Speaking of cosplay, I think the game was sufficiently upped this year.
Chaos!
Oh my god,
This
that
was
Chaos cosplay was insane.
Yeah, I got to see that one.
Yeah, well, this was the thing, because even before the event started, because obviously I was the first one in our group there, and the Perfect Chaos cosplayer was maybe 10, 15 people ahead of me in the queue. I specifically texted Jen about it, saying that it looked really good.
Yeah, that's true, because he texted me and said there's a Chaos cosplay which is really good, and I was expecting like, you know, Chaos Zero or something, and then we got in the queue and he's like, it's over there, and I'm like, whoa, it was actually shockingly good. It was actual Perfect Chaos. It was amazing.
I mean, it had the detachable jaw and everything, including an alien moment on stage where a hand came out of it, which was a bit weird.
and the little tentacles as well.
Oh yeah, it was, and a little supersonic figurine on a fishing pole.
Yeah, but I say she even got her brother to dangle a supersonic around her on a fishing pole.
And of course, because it was so deserving, it did get first place in the cosplay competition. Well-deserved first place.
It easily had the biggest cheer when they were bringing everybody out one by one.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also want to make special mention of the Manic cosplayer, because that guy, he stayed in his suit all day, and it was literally like...
Yeah, that must have been painful.
Oh
yeah, he
had to be led around as well because he couldn't see where he was going properly.
Oh wow!
But it was such a good cosplay.
Yeah.
It was, and you can't fault that dedication either, because I mean, I've cosplayed in the past. It's not easy when it's hot in the venue and everything. Particularly, I imagine in that big thing he was wearing, because it was really fluffy, wasn't it? He would have been boiling.
Oh god, yeah. Even just in the queue outside, when everyone was waiting, it was really warm.
Oh yeah.
It was.
There was a Chaos Zero cosplay, I know, and that had that was playing Open Your Heart as it went around, and that was awesome.
Oh
no! Was there a mention of Blaze the Boba Fett?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
She got joint third. I believe that they said that she'd won a cosplay competition somewhere else. Earlier in the year.
Western Supersonic, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I think this was the 1 year, although he was there as Wes Weasley, it's the first year the Wes Weasley cosplayer at Summer of Sonic hasn't been up on stage in the top 10.
He did get on BBC though, so you can't really...
Yes, he did.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, the Newsbeat had a brief interview with him.
Oh god!
And they even got the character right. I was impressed.
That was quite impressive.
Google searching.
I recognized one of the other ones who had this puppetry of Cubebot.
That was awesome.
Orbot. And he had this time, instead of the Eggman, it was just the Eggman from Boom.
Yeah.
With a little Orbot.
And there was that other Eggman cosplayer who went on for Buzz Bombers, and that was impressive. So, yeah.
How was Buzz Bombers this year? Because I didn't actually get to see it.
It was pretty great, yeah. Gioli was always the highlight, so, you know. Everyone had banners, like, pit me. And my friend, Laura, she held up her Mario and Sonic snowboard as a banner. And it was like, how did you bring a snowboard to the venue? It's like, but it was awesome. So, you know, I meant to catch up with her again, but I just didn't in the end. So nice one, mate. I think last time I saw her at Western Supersonic, we had like a discussion about Illbleed, and that was fun because it was like I'm not researching Illbleed, so I'll just ask friends about it who have played it, sorted. Because I daren't Google search that game.
Well, with the title like that, probably not, no. But no, after everything, everyone ended up back in the pub upstairs again, and then the staff eventually came up as well for the after party. But yeah, it was really handy having a pub right above the venue.
It really was. It meant less walking, especially after a really long day when you.
It was surprisingly quiet, actually, as well.
Yeah, it was quite tame.
Well, that you had it was a hotel and all as well.
That's true.
I think the venue overall, it probably was the best venue they've ever had. I mean, with the pub, obviously, but like it was really spacious in there as well. It's like organising the big queues for the signing sessions and everything. You didn't feel like you were kind of, getting in people's way or anything, which has been the case previously. We've sort of been rammed in a small room. I think the venue was really good.
I think one thing about the venue as well, although it was good, there was one venue that was larger, but it was split into 2 rooms. Having everything in one room and still feel the way it was, where it was actually quite spacious, worked really well for it.
Well, because I say, well, technically, does it count as 2? Because I mean, for those who didn't go, they essentially had 2 stages. There was the main Sonic stage and a secondary smaller and Knuckles stage that was in a sort of a side room.
The thing is, though, it was on the side room. It was basically a room within the room, but it was only for that, so it kind of didn't count. Kind of, not really. Because the only other time there's been like 2 rooms has been when the second room has a lot in it still as well.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like proper second room split like they've done in the past.
Oh, we're being asked who's all in the call again.
Yep. I guess we could do another
roll call.
Roll call. It's just me, Bartman. I just beat Sonic Advance again, even though I didn't really try.
We might as well just go down the list as is in the chat.
Go down the channel and list.
Go for it. Alright, then in that case, we got Becky, aka JennyTablina. We got Cinossu.
Hello.
We got Jen.
Hi.
We got Neowl.
Howdy.
I gotta say it like that. Orengefox.
Hello.
We got Overlord.
Hi, dude.
And we got Tracker.
Uh,
I was about to say Donnie, but he's not actually in the call. He's just online in this secret Discord that we're using.
Dun dun dun.
No, the other thing that was kind of cool this year was that there was actually more chance to kind of get a sneaky signing as well. A lot more of the guests kind of were milling about during the day. So
which is how I got that Johnson anyway, Selva.
Yeah.
It was like I distinctly remember who was it I was in the queue with. It was just before Jam with June started, and June Sonoe just casually just walks past us and off towards the Knuckles stage. It's like, isn't he supposed to be going on stage in a minute?
Well, this is it. I mean, I don't know what Sonic Boom or Sonic 25th party was like, but with a lot of the guests, they did really mingle. I mean, you had the Crush 40 session at the very end, and I saw Naka just completely mingled with the crowd as well as Azuka, and then no one bothered them. Everyone did a really good job of just leaving them be and just letting them enjoy the party.
I think it was just an issue with for Sonic 25 is that we had such a small venue, which was a House of Blues with just very little space for anyone to actually just get up and go anywhere to talk with and stuff like that. Like, it was pretty tightly packed for the 2,000 or so people that they had jump into that thing. So I imagine it was much bigger. Y'all's venue was much bigger than what we had.
We also didn't have to worry about promoting foodstuffs for sponsorship.
Hashtag stuff.
Yeah,
hashtag stuffed nachos.
Yeah, speaking of stuffed nachos, I actually got a chance to try the Supreme flavor, and I think I'm a queso man, if you ask me, because basically the Supreme is like, it has like shredded beef and chicken, but the thing is, to me it just tastes like they just took a queso thing and then just sprinkled taco seasoning salt inside of it, which is not bad, but it's just not the same.
This is the first summer of Sonic chili dogs or anywhere.
Oh, we're cutting out here. What the heck?
Ooh, I think we might be losing Mark. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
No, I just said 1 year that we haven't actually had chili dogs available.
Yeah, but this year we had drinks, although which I think is better than chili dogs, because if you know what it's like being in a convention hall, it gets very hot being in a crowd of people, especially later in the evening when you've got things like Club Sonic and Crush 40. Once it gets to that point in the evening, it heats up.
It's like chili dogs won't save you now. Only sustenance will. And it's like I went through like 3 bottles of Coke on that day, so it was like I'm pretty sure that whatchamacallit, I'm pretty sure that my heart hates me now, but it's like worth it.
Sorry, I just jumped in. I like that comment from Hogfather just now. We had #stuffed bacon and sausage sandwiches.
Oh,
I think that
in the pub, I did have a bacon cheeseburger, which was delicious.
And I think that pub did some good business that day.
So I take it that like what was everyone's like drink and food of choice at Summer Sonic, since there was no Totinos to stuff nachos with?
Lager.
Lager, beer.
Mine was Diet Coke.
Yeah, same here as well, because I couldn't have alcohol at the time. The fish and chips was good. I had fish and chips at the pub.
I had nachos.
I had the burger, and it was very good. And
yes,
also a nice glass of vodka.
Uh-oh. Did he cut out again?
No, I think he's having problems with his mic.
For God's sake. Hello.
There you go.
Your mic goes weird when you talk too long.
Really? Oh, great.
Wonderful.
No, I was just saying, burger and vodka. Burger, vodka, there you go.
Burger, vodka.
All right.
Burger.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Mine was just my food for the day was McDonald's. I had it for breakfast and then had a cheeseburger later on in the day, and then later on it was Subway. Sorted.
I didn't realize this, but apart from what was on the floor, which was the sandwiches and the drinks and then the pub upstairs, I didn't realize there actually was another restaurant next to the pub.
Oh?
There was a second one?
Oh,
yeah, that was the buffet place.
You mean the hotel one?
Okay.
Yeah, that one's for hotel guests. I think if you'd gone in there, that would have been it. Because, I mean, we took over their pub. Bless them.
Nice.
Well, they did get our business.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
And London prices. Always good.
Yep.
Always fun.
Mm-hmm.
£10 for a burger without any condiments.
So I don't know what you're complaining about London prices for, Mark.
I will complain all I like, thank you very much. I have to
British
live
way.
So another item that we didn't mention about just after the Sonic Team Q&A, which we should probably just briefly go over, was the
asked
the
him
cake
what
for
they
the
thought about
25th.
Sonic Mania.
Oh yes, yeah, they did ask that, and he said he was enjoying that. Really good. Yeah. No, it's more about the going on about the whole ceremony for the cake, specifically the roulette wheel. From now the deeply departed Sonic runners.
Rest in pieces.
I hear there's a fan
like
server on the way, which
it ran a bit like Sonic Runners as well, because at one point it was lagging.
An authentic Sonic Runners experience.
Down to the roulette wheel being rigged.
Yep.
Yeah, who got what?
True.
What did Izuka get? I forgot. Which one was it?
Izuka got Sonic, and then Naka got the cake.
Yes.
There we go.
I actually missed that bit because that was when I took the time out.
They did that, and then they brought this massive 25th cake out, and they took some photos with it. But they didn't eat any of it because we saw it and took features of it later when we were in the signing queue for Naka and Izuka.
And we all wished a happy birthday.
Yep, we all sang happy birthday. You try getting 100+ people to sing happy birthday all in tune at once.
It's like a choir of tone-deaf angels.
Yeah, pretty much. You're not far off, I don't think.
Happy birthday. Okay.
The candles went out by the time we were done.
Oh, by the way, we also had Sonic Boom Fire and Ice at Summer of Sonic.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did.
We can't forget that.
So did
Are you
anybody
sure?
actually play that?
I played it.
I've played it
We
elsewhere.
played
Are you sure it was there? I didn't see it.
it.
It was actually all right. I mean, obviously coming off of, because I went on and played it just after Sonic Mania.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit sort of, yeah, okay, this doesn't quite feel the same, but it felt a bit faster to me and a little bit more action-y than the first one, Shattered Crystal.
Oh yeah.
So I think they've definitely learned some lessons, although I wasn't entirely keen on the press button to run faster thing.
When we played it elsewhere, I mean, yeah, there was a bit of action paces going on. You sort of, well, what we played, the level kind of required you to play specific characters or in order to get through. There was certain areas that seemed like it was scripted, though.
Yeah, like the really fast-paced areas, like when you're going through loops and stuff. It was one of those things. It did feel very scripted at times. It does seem like an improvement over the original, but
no, it's not going to beat Mania. Let's be honest.
Well, exactly.
To be fair, Mania just stole the entire show.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it totally did.
Although it was interesting to note that even the Sonic Rush machine got a longer queue during the day than Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. So I felt a little bit bad for the dev team.
Yeah.
Whoever was representing that particular end. Also, I feel, because we haven't really mentioned this yet, this year was the first year that we had quite a lot of stuff from Sonic Comic here at SOS.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was about to say Tyson Hesse's queue was actually longer than Mania's. It was
really.
It was an experience.
Damn.
I did get to him though. I got an Opa sketch for the guy from Fantasy Zone. So it was a good guy.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, no, there were a good number of Sonic. I mean, obviously, Sonic the Comic has always been really well represented at Summer of Sonic for obvious reasons.
I mean, they gave it its own convention 1 year.
This time the amount of people that were actually there from the comic was staggering.
Yeah, they did have one or two people who hadn't been before. I don't think Deborah hadn't been before, had she?
No.
She went to I think she went to a Sonic the Comic Con and
wasn't this Elson's first time as well?
Richard Elson.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I've seen them either. I think I've seen most of them either at Western Supersonic or the Sonic the Comic Con, which was kind of like a Summer of Sonic spin-off that they did 1 year on Kickstarter. But I mean, yeah.
I can't remember another one that was with. He was one of the editors as well. I'm trying to remember his name.
Oh, the guy from Catalonia.
Yeah.
I know Ferran Rodriguez. He was. He is such a lovely guy. It's like one time I drew like a picture of Sega Saturn from the Sega Hard Girl series, and he was giving me a critique on it and everything on Facebook, and he was so nice about it. It was so nice. So yeah.
I remember once Richard Elson liked a sketch I was like, oh my. No, it was nice to finally go up to him and kind of say, like, thank you for all your work you've done, because I mean I grew up with Sonic the Comic.
Well, I think most of us in this chat.
Oh yeah.
But I'm too young.
Hi guys, I've heard of Archie. Yeah, like,
and I'm just here like I'm too young for this, damn it. But I mean, still, Elson is like one of my biggest inspirations when drawing Sonic. So it's like I went into him at I think Western Supersonic, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, like I'm such a big fan and stuff. So yeah.
Like, I'm also curious. Like, you guys also got some like some swag items when you when you get to Summer Sonic. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. We. It was a little bit different depending on which tier of the Kickstarter you back. So you had the basic tier, which had the basic items in. So you had there was a little mini Sonic the Comic poster comic, and there was a Generations code as well for a free copy of Generations. That was nice. And then you had additional stuff on top of that, depending on, I say, which version of the Kickstarter tier you've got. Like, I know I got, and I think Mark got as well, the one for the free T-shirt.
Yep, I did.
But there was others. I think there was the coin tier as well as the VIP tier.
There were a number of the 25th anniversary coins that were given out for the again for the Kickstarter as well. I think it was one of the extra ones that they added on actually.
And these are the coins that we got at Sonic 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing that you guys got that we did not was that USB with Mania music on it.
Okay.
Oh man, I wish we'd gotten that. That would have been so cool. We also didn't get the Mega Drive comic in our.
No, we didn't. I was really annoyed for that.
I think Tyson had some at his table. I know Tyson, one of the things he had a physical collection of the boxer hockey Sonic comics.
Yes, he did. What was it called? Was it called? Was it called Sonic's Big Fat Adventure? Something like that.
Yeah. I got
a
copy. That's he drew a Oprah in the back of it for me, and it was oh my god, it was the best thing ever. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
See, there was merch there you could buy as well, like the merch stand at the back had a bunch of interesting T-shirt designs, and I believe one or two people here may have grabbed one or two of them.
Yeah, I got one. It was like a long sleeve T-shirt with a sketchy classic Sonic picture on it, and it had the 25th anniversary logo underneath. It was really nice.
I was gonna get it, but long sleeve. It's in the middle of summer. I was kind of like, I'll just get the one with the Japanese on the back. I'll stick with that.
I got the special edition Sonic 25th anniversary shirt with Needle Mouse Sonic on it. The super deformed version.
Yeah, that was cute.
From the sort of like concept sketches, I guess. And also that one mobile game from like years ago.
Oh, Sonic the Sketchhog.
Yeah, Sonic the Sketchhog.
Sketchhog. Like if Sonic Mania were to get a physical release, it needs to have Sonic the Sketchhog stuff for every stage in the manual.
Yes,
That reminds me, speaking of Mania and the concept art, I forgot to mention that a lot of the poses, like the looking up sprite and the end of stage finger waggle, those are taken from concept art as well, taken from all the old Sega Sonic the Hedgehog stuff.
It's brilliant.
So that was. Yeah,
Mania is basically one big love letter to all that stuff.
Oh,
it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, definitely. On the topic of merch, there was there were a few fan artists there in addition to the comic artists. So I know my mate Miles was there. I think Kimmy Paris was there. She's another artist I'm aware of. I've met her before. And the fan art was on display, and they had Sonic the Comic online as well. Those were all really, really good. Like it's just the standard of fan art was incredible.
Because Kieran and I forget the other guy's name. Did the judging of the art contest.
Yeah. It was great to catch up with those guys. They're just so nice. They're just incredibly pleasant.
Oh we got to have a brief word with Kieran, certainly.
Yeah. They're just so pleasant, and it's like I know my mate Miles. He was like the first guy I went to when I got him. Until I got intercepted by Mannheimer and Tanner from the Sonic show. But I know I went to Miles first. He actually got, it was Sega Hard Girls. He got me a light novel from Japan. And he's like, I can't read any of it, but it's got a human version of Sonic in it, and he's an anime boy now. So that's one of the things I left Summer of Sonic with, an anime girl light novel. Only I could manage that. Fittingly by the designer of Hatsune Miku. So there is a human Sonic designed by the guy who created Hatsune Miku. Just process that for a second.
That's crazy.
Something for you to gaze at adoringly while you eat your Domino's pizza.
Yes. Always.
Like how Sonic has Totino's, Miku has Domino's.
Well, I mean... Oh, wait, no, because Sonic... Roger Craig Smith did a Pizza Hut advert. Ruined.
Right.
Ruined.
Oh, God.
Basically, we encourage people to eat unhealthily.
And always make sure it's branded.
Although we do encourage them to take part in the Olympics as well.
Yep.
Burn off all that fat.
Look at all these people healthier than you.
Look at Eggman. Look at Eggman. He is so physically unfit, and yet he can take part in the Olympics.
And yet he can still outrun Sonic at the end of the games.
Yep.
Go figure.
That's not a programming quirk, no at all.
Oh.
It's sheer fear.
I know before the event I was speaking to Sonic Yoda from Sega Driven. We were discussing bringing out a PS4 and having a mini Miku Diva Future Tone tournament, but with the restriction of you can only play it in the Sonic costume. There you go. There's a Summer Sonic event.
So I'm just trying to think now of the major things we've not been over yet. I suppose the big one is the one that we've all been avoiding regarding a certain musical duo. Although before the actual main concert, maybe we should discuss the Jam with June bit first, because he did a few new songs that he's not done before.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, no, with Jam with June we had a good number of songs that I don't think we've heard a lot of before. I mean, we had Pyramid Cave. Was it? Which was what was the tail stage that we had as well?
Ice Cap, he did.
Yeah, he did Ice Cap. He did. Well, he did. I think he did the the snowboarding part of Ice Cap anyway.
Yeah, it was the snowboarding part.
And it was awesome.
Yep, there was Pyramid Cave. There was another level in Sonic
Metal.
that doesn't get done quite often.
There was is it Prison Lane, the Tails level? Is that what
that was done. Yeah,
that was it. Because there's Pyramid Cave, there was Prison Lane, there was Metal Harbor, obviously.
Yes, Metal Harbor.
Another one he did was the Chaos 6 battle music as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Everyone cheered for Big the Cat coming on screen again.
Yep.
And then there was City Escape Classic, I think it was.
Yep, with
everyone
the
singing along.
lyrics on. Yeah, with the sing-along lyrics on screen.
Skyra, I forgot they did that as well.
Yeah. And then we get on to the concert.
Did they play like original Chris 40 music at any point?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I think two of the tracks, I think.
I think it was basically the same set as the 25th party, wasn't it?
If
I
they
think
played like Black Knight, then definitely.
Yes, they did.
And they did Two Nights to Remember as well.
Yes.
And
Wait, which I was trying to remember.
Wasn't the encore the same as well? Because they did What I'm Made Of from Sonic Heroes as the encore, which I think it was the same for the anniversary party.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
Did he play?
Except that they didn't actually just pretend that they weren't going to even do that. They were just like, yeah, let's not pretend we're going to do this. So we didn't even have to. Well, we did cheer one more song, but
yeah,
because it's in the spirit.
By that point, it was a foregone conclusion. By that point,
it was like, who's going to make us stop? Oh, Adam might. Sorry, Adam. Can we do one more song?
But to be fair, I remember at 2010 when we first had Crush 40, the venue did actually want us out. I think in the middle of the concert, and we were a bit rebellious, as I remember.
We're Sonic fans, damn it, that's our job.
Yes. So I think it was a night. It might have been a note to that, because this venue wasn't quite. I mean, I know we were ushered out towards the end, but we slightly overstayed our welcome. But,
well, by ushered out towards the end, we're ushered upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean. But they wanted us out of the room to clear up real quick, which is fair enough.
Yeah, that's understandable.
One fun thing to note is that the Mania machines were locked away in chests.
Yeah.
The actual PC that actually had Mania on them were locked away in very large and very locked chests, so no one could take them.
So this is the point where we do apologise to the Sonic Retro membership. We are sorry that our cunning plan didn't quite work. We weren't able to make off with one of the machines.
Sorry about that.
We had the SD card and everything.
We did try.
Oh my god.
Elite hacker skills. Screw the Breath of the Wild demo. This is what we really need.
Yeah. This is important, damn it. Like they also did show off like a bunch of old Sonic games there as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. They had a company come in and set up a bunch
Gamepad,
of
was
games.
it?
Yeah, and they had
Joypad.
Joypad, thank you.
Yeah. They had Sonic 1, Sonic 2. They had Sonic Adventure.
CD.
They had Sonic R as well. Which was
They
quite a nice
had
touch.
Sonic Adventure DX from the GameCube on there because a lot of people were playing the classic games on there as well.
Oh, I thought that one was the actual Dreamcast version.
No, it was
Ruined.
that might have been there as well. But I did see people playing the Game Gear games, and then quitting out.
Yeah.
It's like Sonic. I didn't actually get to play Sonic R, and it's terrible because before I went, I was like, I'm going to prove to everyone Sonic R is the best game ever. So, never mind. Next time I will take the Sonic R Championship that doesn't exist.
I think the best part about those machines, though, was that they're all playing on authentic CRT.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah. Just a very quick interjection here. Sorry, just to note that the chat doesn't realise that we were joking, right?
Yes.
I hope so.
We were not hacking.
Much.
Oh.
Hacks.
Well,
No, it was overall. I think it was overall the best Summer of Sonic we've had.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was
Yeah,
more
I'd
guests
say
there than
so.
I think any Summer Sonic, I believe.
It was like in terms of it doesn't in terms of socializing with other fans and stuff. It doesn't even there's no contest. It was the best Summer of Sonic for me. I just met so many people, and it was so crazy.
Oh,
Well, I think that's one of the things about Summer of Sonic that actually does make it stand out a little bit because it's done by fans and run by fans and all of that. There is a lot of the social aspect of meeting up with people you've already met, you've already spoken
It was very
with
weird standing in the
before.
queue for Tyson Hess, and then just some guy comes up to me like, "Oh, you're TrackerTD. I follow you on Twitter and stuff," and like people like getting selfies with me and stuff, and it's like, "Oh my god, this is weird." So yeah, and it's like someone saying, "You got me to watch Toradora," and I'm like, "Yes, it's working."
No, with Summer of Sonic, it has always been the fan reaction is one of the reasons that you enjoy it. Like during Club Sonic, which is like the little dance party before
That was
Crash
awesome.
40. Like we have that there was a bunch of us that managed to congregate together to like dance, and we made a little ring, and none of us knew each other. But we were just getting on, having a little dance, and then we'd have people come into the center of the ring and show us their moves. And it was great. And you end up randomly talking to people in the queue, and at one point in the queue there was a woman that was just blasting out Sonic music.
Yeah, it's like there was a Vice article on Summer of Sonic, and it's like there was an amazing quote from it. I didn't appreciate the Sonic R theme until I realized you could effing rave to it. So, yeah, that and it was like I recorded a video of Club Sonic with Supersonic Racing. You could hear me screaming my lungs out to Supersonic Racing on
God.
the video.
Oh, so that was,
And
so
it's
it was
the most
you who was doing
incredible
that.
thing.
I've
Yeah,
got to say, I know people do. It's getting a little bit old hat now in some cases, but listening to people sing "Escape from the City" together is always just an amazing.
It's the best thing
experience. It is.
And it's like by the end of the Crush 40 concert, I had literally, for the first time ever, I had completely lost my voice. It was freaking hilarious. I was speaking like a lizard. You couldn't hear a thing I was saying.
That's right.
Lizards can't speak. What did that even mean?
Kev's right. We should give props to
Yeah,
Gabby for Club Sonic and also sort of most of the music during the day.
Yeah. He did an incredible job.
He's always great.
You could you could extend that out, to be brutally honest, while we're actually here, just as a general thanks to all the cast and crew involved.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
They made it a brilliant show.
Yeah. And of course, thanks to the folks at Sega and Tails Channel for being able to host the event.
A begrudging thanks to Sega Europe from TrackerTD.
No, I do have to say, every time I go to Summer of Sonic, it's always a great time. And I know that the staff always really go all out. I know when I was walking back from the pub, I think I bumped into Jay Zeech on the way back, and that was like 1 a.m. in the morning. So guys always go all out to make sure that the event is basically, the best it can be. And I'm glad for them that this year it really went without, too many hitches.
That we know about.
Yes.
I got a chance to speak to Dreadnought, who's, bless him, he wasn't doing very well because he kept saying something about his eyes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he was celebrating with everyone at the pub. So
Yeah.
I stood next to him during the Crush 40 thing, and he was raving with everyone else, so that was fun. So, yeah.
Was Summer of Sonic?
Oh, I also want to point out to chat that I was the one person that cheered for Oma Chow when it was brought up at the end.
Hey!
Yay!
It's okay, I was cheering as well.
Hey!
Of course you would be.
Of course I'd be cheering.
My brother has just come in to remind me of a fun story. He was waiting outside, him and my dad, they were waiting outside the venue, because I travelled down by car. So it was a pretty long journey, but it was like... My brother and my dad went round London for the day instead, and they came round back to the venue to pick me up. They saw Takashi Iizuka on his smoke break, just talking about Steam Early Access with his translator, and it was like, oh well, okay then. So yeah, that was a fun story from my brother, even though he wasn't even in the venue. So,
can we talk about the Pokemon Go story, or
Pokemon Go story?
That Nick told us, or would that be
Nick of Retro Gamer, the hip retro magazine?
I can't remember which story he told us about that.
He told us that he was interviewing Iizuka, and Iizuka wandered off to play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that was it.
That is amazing.
It's just like, yep.
It's everywhere. He says as he's playing it right now.
I've literally just come back from playing it all day with people, so...
I have managed to not care about Pokemon enough to become, have this stranglehold on me, although Sun and Moon do look good, I'll give you that. They do look incredibly good. So, I'm actually excited for Pokemon and Zelda. What is this bizarro world?
Oh. And Sonic, and you're excited for Sonic. Okay.
Yes, I am excited for Sonic.
World thing right now.
How can this be?
It's a great year.
Well, at least for me, for Pokemon Go, my phone doesn't work with it, so that's how I'm able to get away with not playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not part of the cool kids club.
Don't worry about it.
One day you'll join us, don't worry.
One of
yeah,
us.
I'm the same. I don't have anything on my phone. My phone sucks.
I must admit, I'm in the same boat as Orange. I can't run it either. My phone's not good enough, although I am getting a replacement in October, so...
Yeah, none of us were actually playing it in Summer of Sonic.
No, apparently was.
Yeah, but then at the pub afterwards, oh boy.
Oh, and then the next day we went to Hyde Park thinking we'd get tons of Pokemon.
Oh yeah, the next day, which is always the retro after party, where we go around London.
Well, the one specific thing for that I remember is we're leaving the venue at the end of the day to go back. It's got to stop. There's a Dratini. Got to catch that.
Exactly.
My summer of Sonic after party was go to Subway, go to the hotel because my legs felt like they were broken, and then just go home at the very start of the next day. I'm not an exciting person. So
At the very end of the evening, when some of us went off to the train, there was a Dratini outside, so we all had to stop and catch it.
At the start of the day, you're all.
And those of us
I'm sad.
and those of them that actually stayed in the pub because they weren't actually leaving yet, basically hated us for not letting them know that it was out.
That was funny.
Yeah, I don't know if the chat has any QA questions. While I guess we're kind of getting to the end of the run.
Ask us anything. That's the more people have been giving me drawing requests in the chat, which okay, that's one way to use the chat. Asking me to draw Toradora characters. Welcome to a Sonic stream, everybody.
Yeah.
Draw Sonic characters as Toradora characters.
There you go.
Got a question for Bart. Sonic Mania. Did you guys actually get any headsets so you can actually listen to any of the sounds at all?
Yes.
We did have headsets. That
They
was
were bloody
one thing
loud.
That's one thing that was actually quite interesting to me because, like, for previous demos, we've never had headsets at Summer of Sonic, unless I'm much mistaken. It was very clear that they were keen to not only just show off the visuals and the gameplay, but also the sound.
Did you get that at all, Bart, in Sonic Boom?
Hmm?
Oh no, I was asking Bart. Did the Sonic 25th get anything like that?
Oh yeah, like we had to use they gave us headphones to use. I died. They gave us headphones to use to listen to the sound. It seems like a lot of the equipment that was at our Sonic Boom event was reused over at Summer of Sonic because
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean that sounds typical for a lot of convention things, and I hate this boss.
I hate this boss too. Wait, what are we talking about?
Convention.
Oh no! He's appeared.
Shut up, Donnie.
Shut up.
Shut up, Donnie.
Special guest appearance by Donnie.
So, questions from chat then. Project Phoenix Productions asks, this is so BBC, what would you want to see if Summer of Sonic ever happened again? # not confirmed. That's a good question.
Oh, gee. Oh, wow.
Was Postman Pat in attendance?
I guess it would depend on what year it would be and what would be coming out supposedly in the future. Obviously, game previews, anything like that would be brilliant.
I think what would be kind of cool, and this is just speaking from I suppose my experience with the 2011 event, is that it would be nice to kind of split it across 2 days because one day is not enough. And I do feel bad because I know Kevin's just asked in the chat about community events.
Yeah, I was going to mention
that. I feel bad that I couldn't get to the and Knuckles stuff because I literally had too much going on.
Yeah, I would have been interested in going to that, but it's just a case of it was either that or be in one of the queues. So
yeah,
well, and the comics as well.
It sort of becomes a point at which you're basically torn, and yeah.
I mean, it's understandable that they're doing it in such a way to try and cram in as much stuff as they can.
Because over 2 days, it would be interesting because they could probably work in a lot of like fan workshops and different things like that in there.
But then, of course, you've got the problem with the extra expenses, though, if you do it over the 2 days.
Yes, that's the other problem.
I would argue that you want a day where it's just community, and then a day where you maybe have like the special guests, or if that could be worked, or
maybe half of the special guests, and the other half the other special guests.
Because because it would be cool to do things like have the Sonic gameplay pods and then be able to focus, I suppose, a little day on gaming with other Sonic fans and play stuff like Sonic R and Sonic the Fighters.
The only thing I would say for that, though, if they are going to do that, they need to actually release the schedule of what's happening beforehand, because there will be people that only want to go to one of those days rather than both.
Yes. Which
is why I wonder if they should just split the guests so that maybe one day would happen and then you have other guests on another day.
So like have art guests on the community day, and maybe like community managers, that sort of thing, so that we can like celebrate with Ruby and then just have memes all day.
Yes, a meme day.
Meme day.
Summer of memes.
Summer of memes. And then the next day can be more about Crash 40, Narca, that sort of thing. And then we can have a bit more time for Q&As and stuff as well.
Maybe. Yeah, that does make sense because, I mean, speaking personally, I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do, which is my fault, I suppose, but I was in the queues for basically half the day because we queued up for Mike Pollock, then Crush 40 straight after, then Naka and Izuka straight after that. So, like, I didn't get to meet, like, Richard Elson, Tyson Hurst, people like that. So if you did split it over the 2 days, it gives more people the opportunity because I know the signing queues were really long and not everyone got through. They were having to cut them off quite early. I mean, when we were in one of them, they kind of came up the queue and they were telling us, you're probably not going to make it at this point, you know.
One of my friends was in like 3 of the queues. He queued for like 3 of the people. He didn't get to any of them in time.
We should clarify. Obviously, we're not blaming the staff for any of this.
It's like
a superhuman job.
We're just, I suppose, just trying to think of things that we would want at another Summer of Sonic.
Quite honestly, if they do crowdfund it, then something like that is certainly a lot more possible.
Yeah.
I would say if it was a Kickstarter, I think people would put a lot of money into making it a 2-day thing.
I think I would want it to stay paid for the
definitely. See, here's the thing. If there was an extra day of Summer Sonic, the first day could be dedicated to Sonic, and then the second day could be dedicated to Big the Cat. Everyone wins.
Yeah, exactly. Sorted.
And the second day can just be called Big the Con instead of Big the Cat. There you go.
Big the Con.
We nailed it.
There would be a con.
Do that.
10 PCs all set up just playing.
I did have someone at Summer of Sonic ask me. I had someone at Summer of Sonic ask me when are we doing? I can't remember what they said it was. Something of Miku, and I was like, yeah, that's clearly a great idea. Sorted. So that was my Summer of Sonic interaction. People asking me about Miku.
Sonic Retro presents
I wonder why.
There's no clear reason for that. I'll get a Miku Sonic hoodie made, and even though it's for I'd maybe cover up the midriff bit. I'm not sure anyone wants to see that, but you know.
Donnie Pinball Party would be something that would happen if I had my own convention, which would never happen because no one would attend it.
Oh.
It would be called Shut Up DonnieCon.
Yeah, they shut up the convention by not attending.
Is that like the new character for the new Donkey Kong? It's Donnie Kong.
It is now.
That was awful,
yeah.
And you should feel awful.
Hey, I'm raising my child, throwing balls, man. That's the wrong one. No.
But can you get blue spears?
I can shoot.
There are no blue spears in this one.
Yeah, this Mean Bean Machine sequel looks really great.
Sorry, Cheeky. There's just not enough rings.
You hit the Chow in the head.
He's fine.
You sick monster.
He's fine. I dropped one earlier. Did you see it?
Wow.
Poor Chow.
Are there any other questions in the chat?
Yeah.
I was just scrolling back and looking, actually.
Ask us your questions.
No, the chat's just spamming memes.
Somebody asked, which version of 3 do you like more, Chris Madden's or Crush 40's? I didn't even know there were 2 versions.
Always Crush 40. Always Crush 40.
Yeah, the Crush 40 one is just so good. It's literally the one good thing that comes from Free Riders.
I just now realized you're playing Pinball Party.
Yep.
I just now realized that. Is this because I showed up that I inspired you or something to play pinball?
I guess.
Everything is your fault, Donnie. Everything.
Everything is my fault. I mean, someone was wearing a Keep Calm and Blame Donnie t-shirt at the Summer Sonic.
Oh, boo.
The M word has summoned Senpai again.
It was Harvey or Time 8th from Sonic Paradox. He was the one that wore it. So, yeah, no one remembers the fan animations that were there.
I mentioned them. The Vector one was awesome. You know,
the Thomas one actually got played twice because the first time they were having some sound issues, I think.
Yeah, the first time it was muted.
Of course, the nice thing with that is that because it was subtitled, everybody got the gist anyway. It's just it didn't quite click that it was Thomas, I don't think, until the second time through.
Sadly, it did for me because the episode it was parodying I had on tape when I was a kid. I was like, oh, it's Thomas straight away.
Sonic was very crossed.
Yeah, when they said Sonic was very cross, then I was like, oh, I know what this is now.
Oh, Sonic has a question, everyone. Sonic has a question.
Oh,
Hey, Sonic,
yeah,
we're
listening.
What is he going to ask?
We're waiting for your question.
With bated breath.
Panel on stream.
What terrible things are going to be asked of us?
It's going to be Mima. I think it's going to be Mima.
It's going to be memes.
Do I need to present the WikiHow article on how to pronounce meme? Is it the meme?
Oh.
Did anyone find the computer room? That is Sonic's question. Did anyone find the computer room?
Well, I did have my laptop with me, so I guess you could call the pub the computer room at one point.
That works.
I had my Mac with me and my 3DS and my iPhone.
That's very true, Kevin says. There were helpful directions at some of Sonic 2009 that I seem to recall went on forever.
Oh god, yeah, I remember that.
I know that and there's like did the Sonic Mania PCs count as computer rooms?
Yeah,
that's true.
Sorted.
Technically they were all PCs.
Okay, here's one for Tracker. How much Tracker can you tracked of a Tracker could track? If you can pass that, then...
how much Tracker can you tracked of a Tracker could track?
Yes.
Biggs Big Adventure 3.
No comments. No comment.
All of it.
Have you found that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Several times, if you count various different game playthroughs, I guess.
There was a Shadow cosplayer at the event who had.
Yes, there was one. Yeah.
He was holding a Chaos Emerald.
So
it was a very nice Chaos Emerald as well.
Yeah.
I almost had to go full Rouge and steal it off him. It was beautiful.
Which did you enjoy?
Rouge cosplay.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say the one that Tracker was about to read out. I think that's a fairly safe answer on that one, isn't it? Because none of us went to the 25th party apart from Bart. We didn't go to Summer of Sonic.
Hi.
That said, there was also someone with a custom Shadow Amiibo walking around.
I saw that one.
Which I am incredibly jealous of because I've wanted one of those for a while.
I think usually Naka took a picture of it.
Yes, I say, yeah, he posted that on his Facebook. Oh, hello, David.
Yay.
He asks if anybody in the stream likes Sonic.
No, not at all.
No.
In fact,
No, terrible.
Switch Games here to something that's needs to celebrate its 20th anniversary as of this year.
Someone, Robot Faker, asked me, did you ever find the person in the Miku mask? Yeah, I was told about this on the day, actually. There was someone going around in a plastic Miku mask, and I never got to see them in the end, which is tragic.
That's because it was you the entire time. Don't lie.
Oh, well. Well, I can't confirm or deny.
That's why we
this.
never met up with him. He was in disguise.
Yes, I was. Wait, why would I disguise myself as Miku when Akita Neru
hiding
exists?
in plain sight.
You were hiding in plain sight so Sega Europe couldn't find you. That's why.
Yeah. I actually actively looked for Dan Sheridan on the day, but he just was not there. I was gutted. And if he was there, he was actually hiding from me, I swear. But it's okay, Sega 3D Classics has been announced now, he can come out of hiding. It's okay. He can get out of that bunker he was in on the Sega Europe stream the other day.
I was trying to think, was the guy that worked on Happy Tree Friends and Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost, was it Sonic Lost World?
Yes.
Ken Pontiac. Yeah, was he actually at Summer of Sonic? Because I thought I saw him there, but I wasn't sure.
Unless he was unannounced, I don't think I saw him. No.
I don't know. I thought I saw him milling about, but I wasn't sure, and I wasn't sure if it was the same thing as the 2011 Mike Pollock thing. So
it could have been. I just didn't. I wouldn't know what to look for. So
it's just I saw him at Unicon once, and there was a guy that was dressed slightly like him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he would come unannounced because otherwise all the Sonic Adventure fans would just jump on him. So
I'm just curious if there's going to be hot peppers in Sonic Mania.
Hot peppers.
Okay.
Hot pepper zone. That's going to be one hell of a zone. That could actually be a cool mechanic. Damn, we're making good Sonic zones.
Well, kind of like in Quackshot. Donald Duck Quackshot.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go mad.
Yeah, I remember that.
That would be more of a Shadow thing.
I have one request from Sonic Mania, and it's after the Daytona USA reference, which is my favourite thing ever. We need a Fighting Vipers reference. We need to remember Fighting Vipers more. It deserves more love.
Honey the Cat.
Yeah, I drew Honey the Cat the other day, which was fun. But it's like Honey the Cat's awesome, and she's the best Sonic character, even though she was scrap. But we need more Fighting Vipers.
No, but we're going to stuff more hot peppers into Aaron.
David raises a good point. He says he goes to Boogerman for his pepper-related power-ups. Everyone remembers the Pick and Flick adventure.
I've actually, you say that, I've got a cart of the bloody thing somewhere.
So do I.
I have a cartridge.
I don't think I've ever really bought Boogerman back in the day, but then again, I had Sega Channel, so I didn't need to buy any games.
Oh!
Aren't I fancy?
I remember those days.
What the heck?
Someone in the chat says we need Fighting Climax Ignition in the West. I like that guy. That guy's a good guy.
What is Fighting Climax Ignition? I've not actually heard of that.
It's a Sega fighter. It had Sonic levels in it, so it's therefore relevant to this conversation.
Hey.
I like how my stream buffered right on the loading screen, so I got to see the loading screen frozen for...
So it was basically just like the normal loading screen then.
It was a loading screen leveled up. It was able to freeze now. In like an eternal suffering of loading.
Well, we're gonna get to some more loading in just a second if I can get this silly thing to work.
What are you doing?
Something.
Oh, something.
Tell me he's not actually going to put Sonic 06 on.
Oh, God.
Oh. Endurance test.
We may have to actually debate whether or not this is better or worse than Sonic 06.
Are there any other questions from the chat? Any other questions?
Ask us all your questions.
Going twice. Delays don't work whether going once, going twice. I think some guys do.
No.
Ken Benders was not Sonic.
No, he was not.
Terrible.
If he was, there would have been a lynch mob. There would have been a lynch mob.
Although he did survive Sonic Revolution and Izuka was there, so I mean, you know.
How? How do people not lynch him?
Someone says Sonic Fighters 2 needs to happen, and no, it doesn't. We need Fighting Fighters 3.
Mr. Sonic the Hedgehog has a question.
Okay then.
Oh.
But he's just said question so far, so I'm assuming he's typing it.
Let's not read Lara Sue Chronicles. No.
Don't say that.
A dramatic reading of the Lara Sue Chronicles.
Let's not read Lara Sue Chronicles and actually play Sonic Chronicles, because that's much better.
Oh.
Somehow.
Not really, like very vaguely.
Oh my God, it's Nick.
I did actually like the snarky replies in Sonic Chronicles.
I just don't like RPGs, so you can't stick Sonic like even if you stick Sonic in an RPG, I'm still not gonna like it. Only Persona gets that pass.
If you had it your way, you turn Sonic into an entire Miku game where you just press buttons and.
Oh wait, you already.
I made that Sonic Rhythm game hoax for a reason.
Well, you also made that wrong.
Hog Revolution coming soon from Tracker Productions.
Although the greatest shame of Sonic Chronicles, apart from Campenders, is that
music
didn't get to do like proper music for it.
Oh God, the music in that game is.
It should have been the next Sonic art, but it wasn't.
Chronicles is great when Donnie voices Rouge. Oh God, Kev, why?
Oh, here we go. Here's the question: which would you choose? The ability to fly, but only 5 feet off the ground and you can't land, or being unable to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
What an excellent question. I'm going to go for the former. Yeah.
Yeah, the flight thing, I think, yeah.
I'll take flight.
I'm going to go for C. All of the above.
Well, yeah, we did say ask a question.
Yeah, that's very true. We did say ask any question.
I suppose we asked for it, really.
This is the part where I'm afraid I'm going to have to head off. Donnie gets to replace man.
Yay.
Oh well.
I mean, yay!
I will now go and, I don't know, play Project Diva.
Of course. Like,
typically TD
that is like the most expected response I think I've ever heard you say. I'm gonna go play Project Diva.
Sorted. That or No Man's Sky, because I have that.
That is an awesome game, and I'm going to be playing that later as well.
I'm probably
it is actually pretty
playing
decent.
that later as well. It's alright if your system runs it.
My brother absolutely adores it, so yeah.
Donnie, can you use your walls to distract us, crashing the stream in the process? Why would I make the stream crash?
I mean, my video's not working for my
the Miku game.
Good job. Good. You see what you did here, Donnie. Good job.
Man.
What, did it actually crash?
We were gonna
it's not crash.
Oh,
David, we got a question. We got a question.
Yep.
David asks, how many of you jumped when the stage demanded everyone jump while playing Sonic Jump Fever?
Not me.
I jumped.
I do know that Mark refused to jump.
I sort of lifted off the balls of my feet, and that was it, because I couldn't be bothered.
I'm a sucker for audience participation, so I went with it.
It was funny insofar as when you were on, if you weren't jumping, you could actually feel the floor vibrating.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright, I'm gonna give this one more try here, because this is very important.
Tools the fax machine asks, what happens if you break 100 invincibility boxes at the same time? I would say a hell of a lot of slowdown.
What tends to happen is the system reaches the sprite limit, so you can barely see anything on screen. But in terms of actually what actually happens in terms of invincibility, nothing. It just gives you normal invincibility, unfortunately.
Resets your timer.
Mania's jingle for the invincibility was just the title screen.
Will we ever have a Sonic-related event in Scotland? I don't know. Not up to us.
Your stream background is completely playing with my eyes. Ow. I'm getting illusions like the black part of the background is slowly coming in closer to me.
Trapping.
It's tripping me out. Make it stop.
Being stuck into the void.
I don't want any part of the void. That wisp is bad. No.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find something else then, because I can't get my Saturn to do
for some reason. What were you trying to do? Sonic R?
No, it was gonna be Bug 2. The ultimate 20th anniversary celebration of Sega's fallen mascot.
Bug 2. Basically what Charmy's game would have been.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another question. What are the Chaos Emeralds going? When are the Chaos Emeralds going to show up in Steven Universe?
They're not.
Oh.
Wrong universe.
Aren't they technically the Crystal Gems?
Yes, no, not really.
Has anybody shown up by the name of Emerald yet?
Huh?
Has anybody has anybody shown up by the name of Emerald yet? I know for a fact.
Nope.
One huge.
No.
Paradox is green.
Yeah.
Well, the centipede we thought was emerald, but it's not. We could tell that it's not an emerald.
Well, you don't know that though. It might be. There's something I think it's called a trapeze emerald that's got the same pattern on it as the centipedal gem. Not that I'm a massive nerd or anything, but it has.
Oh no, not at all, eh?
Oh, we got a question from Sonic.
Sonic's buzzing in again.
Is it business time? Yes. Bob, prepare the video.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's that?
Do I have to get the music? Hold on.
Go for it.
Bob,
What?
put the video on.
I'm putting video on. Wait, the video you're giving me?
No.
What the? Oh no.
Senpai says, is it the busiest?
Alas, I'm not sure if I have any.
Quick one while they're doing that. Gold Lightning, it's obviously Hydro City. Hydrocity is just dumb.
Hydro City.
Didn't that actually get asked over at a Summer of Sonic?
Quite possibly, but I don't remember.
I think I recall that being asked to, I don't know, I think it was a Zuko or something.
There you go.
If you could
Kevin's
pick,
got a proper
I'm about to say, if you could pick one guest who had never appeared at a Summer of Sonic to appear at one, who would it be? Ooh, that's a good one.
Matt Damon.
Ken Penders, so we could lynch him.
Matt Damon. That's
Yasuhara would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
Ashima.
Oh, Chris Sen.
Oh,
Joe White.
Person. Okay, for some reason
Me.
my video card's dead, so I'm just gonna do one more backup strat here.
In fact, we'll get Joe White to try to act as Sonic again.
You appear every time.
Yeah, Oshima would be really good as well. Because did you guys say he actually did show up at another?
I think he did show up to one. I can't remember.
But
I'll have to check.
Yeah, I think Oshima has done one. I think.
Oh, is he?
See-
Okay.
See, here's the thing. The Sonic social media appears every time in public. Sometimes it appears as an Aaron. Sometimes it appears in the form of a Gene. And then in very rare cases, especially in the past month, it had appeared in the form of a Mannheimer. So, you never know.
Then I did.
Yes.
Hogfather asked, if you could pick a venue outside of London to host SOS, where would it be? Actual venues, not random cities. The problem with that is you have to know it. I suppose, well, I was going to say the NEC in Birmingham, but a hall that size would be completely overkill for something like that.
Just a little bit, yes. What was the venue that it was at when it was in Brighton last?
I cannot remember the name.
Because that one was pretty good.
What if it turned out that that the next Summer Sonic ended up happening at Milton Keynes Stadium or something?
Oh god.
Brighton was held in the appropriately named Brighton Centre.
Oh, there we go.
There we go then.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but with stuff not working right now, I'm probably just gonna wrap up the stream as is because we're out of questions and we're out of my video cards being a punk right now. So
I like how it didn't.
Oh, hold on. There's one extra question before we go. Would you become a super memer that can only do Big the Cat memes, or be Big the Cat himself?
Big the Cat, obviously.
I would rather be a super memer.
Gotta go big.
This is all my fault for the stream difficulties. It didn't start until I joined in.
Yes.
And it doesn't even make sense as to why exactly it's doing this, but
Oh
well.
Aaron is missing though. IMM and Tails channel is garbled name. I almost said garbled meme. Same thing, so it would apply, but you know.
I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, but I think that is going to go ahead and do it for this stream of the Summer Sonic Postmortem 25th Anniversary, one more run, Stuffed Nachos edition.
Without the stuffed nachos.
Yep.
Packets of Doritos, I think, is the closest we can get.
Well,
yeah.
It's spirited, okay?
Hashtag packets of Doritos.
3D ones.
Hashtag lager.
I miss 3D Doritos. I don't know why.
Hashtag Dude Becomes Big Adventure.
I never did find out what happened with that Battle of the Bigs thing. I don't know. I don't remember that.
I don't know if it happened at all in the end.
Oh, that'd be very sad if that was the case. Oh. Anyway, but yeah, that's gonna do it. I want to thank, of course, the entire staff of Summer Sonic for putting on the show, pulling all the heavy work and getting everyone out there. Of course, want to thank Becky. Want to thank Cinossu, Jen, Orange, Overlord. He left the thing apparently, but Neowl was also here as well. Of course, Tracker, who was also left for the night, and special guest appearance by Donnie. And
Shut up, Donnie.
Special guest.
Shut up.
But yeah, special appearance by Donnie, and then also special appearance by the people who are going to kick Donnie's ass before breaking the stream. So
whatever, it's all good. But yeah, again, that was thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Wave at the void, everybody.
Waving. No, Discord doesn't have waving.
Oh no.
It may soon.